Oh wow, it's late at night. It's about midnight. Sorry, I'm coming at you this late. But tomorrow is the first day of the new show. And, I'm so tired. A friend of mine did like 97% of the work, and I just sat here and contemplated what I was supposed to do because I'm 3 weeks behind. I was supposed to start a sports show on Facebook a couple of weeks ago. Actually, I just said I was 3 weeks behind, so it's more than a couple of weeks. And you run into some snags. And I'm not gonna try to change anything. I'm gonna try to be myself. And the sports show is based on a couple of people who do numbers and the regular sports guy who does not give a shit about anything but sports. And I am developing this show, and a lot of people say it won't work. And I'm going to tell you why they claim it won't work. They claim the show won't work because I refuse to talk about numbers. And if anybody knows me, the only time I'll wear a jersey or a uniform or represent any athlete or whatever in any way, shape, or form is if somebody gives me the jersey, or if, somebody gives it to me as a gift. I call it hero worship, and I refuse to be a part of it. It's because when you go to the game, you expend a lot of energy and money. And energy is actually real energy, and it's actually transferred. So if you ever know anything about human beings, if you know that when you go and you focus your energy on someone, they actually use your energy. So it's because the way I think of sports is I love football. I love basketball. I'm a Warrior fan for life. I was a Warrior fan when it wasn't winning, and I'll be a Warrior fan forever. I'm a Raider fan for life. And fuck a Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback of all time, is Jim Plunkett. I'm sorry. It's because I think like that. I love my team. It's all about my team. So I love my team, but I also know that I loved Harrison Barnes, and I loved, Andrew Bogut. The thing is, when it comes to sports, and my perspective, I'm not going to expend my energy on players that won't be there. And, what they do when they contribute to my team, I love it. But when it comes down to it, I can't be traded. So when you see me wearing a jersey, for the most part, it will have the numbers that I wore when I played sports. And one of the things I'm going to bring to the show is I'm going to take your sports stories. I don't know if anybody's heard the story about when I got my first interception, but that was awesome. Nobody knows the story about when I first tried out for a basketball team. It was awesome, but it's a freaky story. So what I'm trying to tell you is this. Every single person has their own sports story, and not every single person is a sports fanatic. So I will be on the show. I do love football, basketball. My favorite baseball team is the Oakland A's. But the first baseball game I went to was a Giants game. So I actually root a lot for the A's, but I literally watch more Giants games. So I am a true sports fan. I'm not going to stick my head up some athlete's ass to, get a statement from him or her. I love me some tennis, and, the Williams sisters made me like tennis again. I like golf, because that McElroy kid, he's great. But I'm not going to sit there and idol worship these people because they have a job. They're in sports because that's their job. That's what they want to do as a career. So I'm going to down them for that or give them any extra credits for that. I am 5'6.5" maybe, and I always thought I was going to be a center. I always thought I was going to be a middle linebacker. But I always felt if I could, I can do this. I just fell short. Not in height and stature, but I just fell short. You know, what I wanted never happened. I also thought I was going to be a professional kickball player. But I don't think the league ever jumped off. So, the moral of the story is this. When you do sports, you can do it like everybody else, or you can do it like you want it done. I'm going to try to my best to surround myself with people who want to do sports their way. I'm not trying to do undisputed, which is can tear it the first take. Undisputed is like a sack of shitty socks. And how do you get a sack of shitty socks? I don't know. Compared to the original first take. So why would I want to do a sports show where I'm debating people? I love sports. I will watch the game. I'm not going to say, man, did you see Steph Curry? He was 5 out of... No. Did you see Kevin Durant was 16 out of... No. Or did you see how hard the defenses played in the game today? Zaza was good. Steph was good. Clay was good. I want to do things my way. And people are telling me the show won't work. So, you have been my base. My power structure. Can I do a sports show where I'm just a regular guy talking sports? And you know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to do my homework. I'm going to have to actually watch games. Because I love my team. And sometimes when you're superstitious, it's kind of weird how, at a certain angle, it looks like there's horns pointing up. Maybe 2 horns pointing out. Maybe the show will be a success. And another thing. Everybody knows my toothbrush is out, and I don't have the thousands of dollars to fix it. Should I go ahead and get a GoFundMe page? See the horns? No, wait a minute. Cell phone thing. It's an anomaly, people. Or is it not? So look, I just want to get my show going. And it was funny because a couple of people who I was speaking to, you know, they're doing a lot of things, different things, and they have other opportunities. And I'm giving them this idea for this show, and it's like, it's great. And this one guy I know, he's been doing fantasy sports, and he's pretty good, I guess. He's doing some testing for some people, and my sister-in-law, she's deep into fantasy sports, and I was watching the show with the young Hispanic guy and the black guy and the old Hispanic guy, and my sister-in-law, she is addicted now to fantasy sports, and I'm thinking, you know what? She's addicted to fantasy sports, and I have a friend who's into the super analytics of the whole thing, and me, I just like watching the games. And I want to blend this together and have a whole cluster shit of some things that, oh, wait a minute. Did I also tell you that when you and your boys are sitting there watching the game, you actually say shit. And hell, fuck that call. And yes, I am bringing that to these other 2 people. It's going to be awesome. And the thing is, she's older than me. Also a American of African descent. Oh, wait a minute. An original American of... It's kind of hard to explain because we came over here before Columbus. That's another story. That's for my other show. So, I think it might just work. So, let's see if I can pull all these pieces together. I wanted all this to happen before, we went to the All-Star break in the NBA. I wanted to get like a push or some vibe going to see which direction I wanted the show to go in. People are telling me that because my tooth is missing, I ain't going to be able to be on my own show for long. Like, well, if that's the case, then that's the case. But I will find my own replacement if I have to be replaced. If people say, the analytics say he need to get his grill fixed, then I'll get my grill fixed or whatever. I truly don't think people are going to like my attitude on the show, because I am not going to be just like Charles Barkley, but I'll probably be more insane than a Charles Barkley, because like I said, there's no hero worship coming from me. I'm like the kind of guy that'll watch Jerry Springer, and if the person is crying, wait a minute, Jerry Springer? Oh, wait a minute, that's the wrong one to use. I'm the kind of guy that'll watch. No, I can't use that either. Put it like this. When someone puts themselves in a situation, and they cry, I give no sympathy for crying. So, what is the name of the show? Well, I searched for a whole bunch of names. And when I was searching for the name, I kept finding everyone is using the same name. So I had to literally type in a bunch of names, and when one was available, I'm like, Ching! That's the name of the show. I can't tell you the name of the show right now, because if I say it wrong, because I haven't memorized the name of the show. I have a picture of me actually getting the name, the page in the name, and I really haven't had enough time to remember the name of the fucking show. It's insane. So, this all was a project started actually 6 months ago. It was conceived, and I found one person that I thought would be perfect, and I gotta build a set. I'm like, man, look, we don't need a set. I got grade screen. We could be at every game, we use every set from every network. We could get green screen. And he turned me down, so I can't use him, so. And the sister-in-law turned me down also. So, everyone wants to see what I'm going to do, because I promised the show. I need your help. Because what I wanted to do was, I be the person to bring in the regular person. People like me, who love watching every sport. Hockey, basketball, judo, everything. But I don't really necessarily give a damn about who's scoring the most points. I don't necessarily want to care about what some player is doing after the game. I don't give a damn about where the guy lives or how many calories he intakes. I give two craps about some guy's stats, because I go deeper. I go to the heart. If I see you playing with heart, I say, yeah, the guy played dope. He played deep. He was all in it. He gave it up out there. If I see you getting paid, I'm going to say, hey, this guy did what he gets paid to do. It's because I love my teams, and I can't be traded. And because I can't be traded, I don't give a damn about who does what and when they do it, unless they do it against or for my team. And then I'm still not going to say, oh, that guy was 15 out of 30. I've won championships on live. I've won Super Bowls on Madden. I've managed on Madden, coached on Madden, and won Super Bowls. I've fed the people. I've rebuilt the Oakland Coliseum 3 or 4 times. I did move us to Puerto Rico. I did move the Raiders to Las Vegas once. I also general managed the Minnesota Vikings. I also played as, right now in my NBA Live career, I was drafted by the Lakers. Didn't do too good behind Kobe. I got myself traded to the Warriors. 2 championships. I went to New York. Oh, yes, I did. Because I was working a storyline. I want to see what happened. And yeah, I brought championships to both teams in New York. Both of the teams in New York got champions for me. And right now, I'm playing, currently for the Sacramento Kings. And we still got Boogie Cousins. And you know what? I throw him the ball inside sometimes. And he don't pick the shot. He throw it back out. Rudy Gay be busting for me, but I don't even think he's playing in real life. Because I'm not buying this new game either. Who buys games for $60 and $70 and then have to buy the next one? Hey, look, no, that's just too much. So look, my sports show is going to be about real sports people. I'm going to bring in the sports people off of the street to tell their own sports hero stories. Nobody has done that ever. And I'm going to do it every week. I promise. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. So, what I'm trying to tell you folks, I'm trying to be real. And sometimes you gotta grow up and tell people from your perspective what you like. Because we're all driven to do what we want to do, what we like, and all that good stuff. So, I'm tired, sleepy. I gotta finish the rest of this. Get the rest of that out of here. Stick on the floor. I gotta finish plugging this camera up to a thing down there. And, there you go. Scout Cup will be in some of the shows, but it's gotta be good. I don't know how long it will last, but I'm going to try to do the pilot on my live show on my YouTube live, I guess. The Real AIX, I guess, or AIX for life. I think it'll be on the Real AIX. And when I get everything set up so we can do a live one, it'll probably be in front of the green screen. If we do any live shows, they'll be always in front of the green screen and then remixed with the backgrounds because the guy needs a set. I'm going to try to get that guy. The guy that needs the set is the guy that I want. If I can't get him, then there's another guy that I can get, but it'll be like me and some blinged out super character, and this guy is bling super flash, and I'm like low maintenance, you know what I'm saying? And the average sports fan is low maintenance. The guy who can't afford to go to the games, the guy who can't afford to get the custom jersey. So that's the guy who I want on my team. The people who push the envelope, the kids who wake up. Oh, another person I'm going to have on my show. Oh, yeah, I'm going to bring my nephew to the show. And this season, he's averaged 44 points and it was at 44.6 rebounds and like 7 assists. The boy's gonna be a beast. Yes, I'm gonna bring it. And everybody knows my cousin. You know, he plays for the Raiders. Maybe I'll try to get him on the show. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of hard, you know. And then we got DJ Hayden, who may be family because we got the same last name as somebody says I have the same grandpa. But you don't have to listen to people on the streets because I just asked my cousin to ask DJ. Oh, but hey, I don't know. So look, the moral of the story is, folks, I'm going to come out with my show, and my show is going to be awesome. I'm not going to try to be Stephen A. Smith, or what's the other guy's name? What's that guy's name? Rex Tillerson? No, we're not. What's that? Not Stephen A. Remember from a long time ago? And then a whole bunch of people were trying to talk like him. Oh, Jim Rome. You know what? Out of all the people who I'd love to see Stephen A. Smith go up, I'd love to see him go up against Jim Rome and then drop the mic before Jim Rome speaks and leaves. Because I don't like Jim's voice. I'm serious. I don't like Jim Rome's voice. So, look, folks, I love you, and good night, because in New York, it's got to be 3 a.m. It's 3:14 in New York. It's 12 o'clock in California. I'm almost 50 years old. I need to take my ass to sleep. Good night, folks, and I will be up at 5:30 in the morning, getting my ass back out here. I might even do a 5:30 in the morning Good Morning New York show, because I've done that before, so I might do a flash live Good Morning New York show. I'll make sure the cameras and the mics is hooked up and everything. I might do that in the morning. So, hey, good luck, and look out for the new show. Maybe tomorrow morning I'll talk a little bit more about it. But after you watch this video, I want you to leave your ideas on the bottom of the video for the sports show. Because these folks who think that, you know, my little YouTube time has not taught me anything about the internet. I know this. I have over 4 or 5 million hits on the internet. I got over 2 million hits on YouTube alone, and most of that came in one period of time before I went against a man who came off as a pedophile. That's from my show. And then people was like, oh my God, he's going against this guy. But look, that's about me bitching about the old show. This new show is going to be fun. And I might even get that GoFundMe page to fix his fucking tooth. AIX out. And once again, for those who don't know the real, where's the camera at? Oh, this might be upside down. You've been tubed.